Hi, I'm Floormaster, and I'm locked to the Daemonheim. As you might be able to guess already, no trespassing sadly. My purpose is to complete all the achievements available to me. We're allowed to visit resource dungeons, elite dungeons and sinkholes. But now that you're caught up, it's the perfect time to get started. In our last episode we have had a talk about our short-term strategy. And for this episode I want to make a big dent towards that goal. But whilst doing that I want to work on two things in particular. I just need a little bit of dopamine in this series, and I'm going to achieve that by getting rid of the low-hanging fruit. In this case being fletching and ranged. We'll also need to take a look at our equipment because our damage is a bit lacking. A staff upgrade would be essential for our damage output. So that's the plan for this episode, let's get started. We are starting this episode off strong with the first milestone being 40 cooking. And not only was I cooking up some cooking levels, what about 60 dungeoneering, 30 mining, 30 crafting, 30 constitution, 20 fire making, 20 rune crafting and 30 divination. I'm pretty sure I just gained some experience in the skill wrapping in Runescape, right? I just noticed it, I actually walked past a recover memory, so let's click this so we can unlock it later in the series as part of the achievements that we have to do. I just unlocked the combust ability, which is a bleed type of ability that you get upon getting 38 magic. I really like it that I'm starting to get more and more abilities since the rework happened. It's fun to rediscover all the abilities. And another one, 40 magic. That's just awesome. For the people that don't know what just happened, I just managed to get a secret agent, which is a penguin. And upon catching this guy, you get a clue casket, which can absolutely be huge for our series, as this has the possibility to give me some items that I don't directly have access to in the future through the resource dungeons. So let's crack open this clue casket and hope it's something useful to us. In 3, in 2, in 1. Yeah. Exactly what I don't need. We have just endured a total of 5 seconds without level go up content, so enjoy! We're not only getting some levels as progress this episode, this is the Hoof Rod achievement completed. Have Balak the Pummeler walk into his own rifts in a solo dungeon. Reset, we usually rush a couple of floors as the first ones aren't really worthwhile doing, but I think for now it's good to run a couple of complex as we were planning to progress towards level 30 to tick off that objective for this episode. That should provide me with enough logs for 43 fletching. Whilst this ticks off one skill of the low hanging fruit, it also unlocks the ability for me to create a spine beam staff. At this level I have the choice between a spine beam staff or a catalytic staff. However, my preference currently goes to the spine beam staff as I can just craft it instead of having to rely on RNG for the catalytic staff. We have finally gotten to the point where I can create my next staff upgrade. So let's craft the spine beam branch into a staff. There we go. Let's bind it before I forget it as well. And now we can upgrade our bind setup and select it. And that is the spine beam staff locked and loaded. Our next achievement has been completed, Tactical Retreat. Flee from any boss instance using a self-made gatestone. This episode so far has been a rapid fire of getting a lot of achievements and levels done. And we just got our level 60 staff for the future, which is a huge drop. This helps me out a bunch because I don't have to train fletching right now to create a higher staff. This is absolutely amazing. And guess what? We're about to get another level done, 40 divination. Please tell me I can do this one, please. Hell yeah, that saves me already 70 jumps. Let's add another 70. Another 70? This is huge. That gave me 210 skips for jumps, which makes me really happy. And I believe this is going to be my first occult floor that I'm going to complete. I really like the surroundings of the occult floors on its own. It's actually my favorite above warped floors. I just really love the aesthetics. I spy with my little eye a new recovery to unlock. So let's recover the memory. And that's another memory available to us for a future achievement that we have to complete. Huh, what an absolute scam, I cannot even reach this wisp. No, there goes my divination experience. And it's time for yet another reset. Let's reset this and put our highest floor at 37. I feel like it's right about time to finish off the objective of this episode. So let's bring in my friend the lizard and smash out every single range level.
Lizard, 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 lizard.
Mate, I'm 27, I really shouldn't be doing this, but I hope you really enjoyed that one. I had a blast editing this in. Please give me experience, please. Ah, nice. This floor we're going to do in a bit of a let's play style. I'll take you along with my process on how I'm doing a floor. Keep in mind this is a small floor. I differentiate between small and medium floors mostly, but I'll show you my basic steps pretty much. So each floor I pretty much loot everything here on the tables, and I also sell everything except if it's like equipable for me to boost my magic output. When I've sold everything, I usually buy around 100 to 150 feathers, and I spend the rest of the money on rune essence. And all of these rune essence I convert into cosmic runes for my teleport. And from here on out I start opening doors. I usually get really happy with skill doors because it means pretty much it's free experience. Each room that I open I kill all NPCs that are killable. The crawling hands and those slayer creatures I cannot kill, but all the other mobs I kill because I need the magic experience for higher equipment, but also the 90 magic requirement for the achievements. So I try to be as efficient in each floor as possible towards the goals that I need. I always loot everything because I can sell to GP. I always open all the chests that are available to me. And the trees I'm leaving at this point. However, all the farming experience that I can get, I am going to get. There's not really much of a point for me to go for the trees anymore, because first of all, I don't need the woodcutting levels for an achievement, and second of all, fletching isn't that important to me, and I have a level 60 magic weapon lined up in my bind. So I'm currently one tier below what I can equip, but I'm not going to invest time in it when I've a level 60 weapon ready to go. And again, let's kill all of these creatures and do the puzzle. Puzzle done. Next room. We haven't seen any fishing spots yet, but whenever I see those in the rooms, that's also a resource I'm always going to loot. And whenever my inventory is full, I drop an item. I am going to create a gate stone, drop it down, get a next item, and teleport to the starting room to sell my inventory. I really want to get all the GP that I can to maximize my rune crafting experience for each floor. It could be slow and efficient to people to sell everything, even the worthless things, but the rune crafting level is a long-term thing that you have to do over time. And we've been at it for about 80 hours now, and we're at 23,000 experience. That pretty much gives you an image of how slow it is. So I'm going to get every single rune crafting experience that I can get, especially with the experience being that low when creating runes. And I heavily have to rely on the hovers from the keys, as it isn't easy for me being colorblind to spot out the colors. Let's quickly wait with this one, because otherwise it will interrupt your dialogue. Also be careful with leaving this too soon. Wait until the text arrives, otherwise you have to repeat it over again. I try to kill the spiders as fast as possible, as those give poison damage. If it walks away, I'll just kill the rest. Does anyone actually know why the creatures walk away from you? I've never really understood the reason why and the mechanics behind it, but if someone can tell me in the comments, please let me know. Okay, before I'm going to open this room, I'm gonna sell again. Create a lodestone real quick. And as you're probably seeing this for maybe the first time, it might explain the reasons why even a small floor might take up to 10 to 15 minutes depending on the resource that I have available. Whenever there's a divination wisp, it takes way longer because it just takes a while to gather it and also deposit it into the rift. Going to drop the resource here that I can use later on, so I get as much inventory pace as possible. And I could just teleport back instead of walking back. Luckily to us there are no guardian doors, otherwise we could not progress past this room because of the crawling hand. I am going to fish it though. Again, all of these resource gathering things are for the long term. With cooking requiring 90, I just have to try to get everything that I can. There's no point in backtracking, it'll just take ages. And given that I'll probably have to do at least 40 million dungeoneering experience, I think I'll have plenty of time to get the divination requirement done, the rune crafting requirement done, even the thieving and agility ones. Which eventually I'll think that thieving will be the biggest hurdle, because it's not a repeatable thing, it's just pure RNG with the doors and the chests that are available in the rooms. If I don't get them, there is no experience income. It's pretty much hoping at this point to get thieving opportunities in the dungeoneering update that they're doing this spring in 2026. But until then, it's just continuing the grind that I do, which is a long process. And the boss, this one is easy. And if you want to be more efficient with the rooms, you can place a gatestone out there, because this is just a funky mechanic that you cannot leave the room when you're in combat, and even a couple seconds after. It's just, yeah, it's just stupid in my opinion. Hopefully that gets fixed in the update as well. Okay, now that we've completed pretty much the entire floor, we're not going to gather anything else in all of these rooms. What we're going to do, I'm going to consume the 5 charms. Again, the summoning requirement is also a long-term goal. Eventually it is repeatable outside of the dungeon with the charming imp, as long as I set it to consuming the charms. But every little bit helps. Going to cook all the fish that we caught. And I'm not going to bother selling the remaining feathers and cosmic runes, as it'll just be a couple hundred coins. Sell the fish that we cooked, and then we're going to buy all the rune essence that I can. For small floors usually around 1 to 2k, and for medium floors between 2 to 4. And we're just going to craft the best rune that we can. And with me cutting most of the clips up, you don't see any process that I'm doing for each single floor. As you see, we're already at 11 minutes here. It just takes a while to even craft runes, gather other resource. For the long term, it's the best thing to do. Backtracking will be just an absolute pain. And this floor went fast to me. There are no locked doors, so it's easier to process to the floors. Commentating this, I'm more focused on the game. Usually when I'm doing the floors, I have a YouTube video or Netflix on, which also moves the attention away when where you get to the point that the floors take a little bit longer. But for the sake of my sanity, it's the best thing to do. And that's the rune essence done. So we just end the floor. I'm not gonna bother selling all of these. It just takes too long. You get too little essence to do it. It's just better to go to the next floor. And that gives us 12,500 experience. It's also easy for me to track my dungeoneering points, as I haven't bought anything, and it's 10% of your experience. So I just look at my total experience and I know that I'm at 130,000 dungeoneering points, which I'm not going to invest into dungeoneering experience. The first thing that I'll buy is probably a charming imp. We'll buy the bone crusher, we'll buy the gem bag and the gem bag upgrade, and from there on look what upgrades are useful to me. But until I get 90 dungeoneering, there's no point of me buying a gem bag or even a gem bag upgrade, as I don't have any purpose for it. When I get 90 dungeoneering, I can go to the Calgarian Demon Dungeon with the mining rocks available there, where I can actually start grinding out crafting outside of the dungeon. So I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Maybe it gives you a bit of an idea of what I do in a floor, in case you want to do this challenge yourself, or if you just had no clue what a floor looks like to me and why the hell it takes 15 minutes on average. Oh, that's pretty cool. With the spring event going on, I actually got a Skilling Pet bunny appearance. It's actually a token, not the appearance itself. Whenever we get our first Skilling Pet, hopefully in this series, we can claim this token to make our pet look a bit more festive for the Easter season. So it just adds, I believe, bunny ears. I decided to take a little look through the Dungeoneering reward shop. There's definitely a couple things that I'm going to buy later on. Those items are the Charming Imp, obviously, the Gem Bag and the Gem Bag upgrade, and the Bone Crusher right there. I might even buy one of the necklaces that'll be useful for a potential prayer grind in the future, but I actually regret not looking through the store earlier. There's a couple things that really would have sped up my grind. And the thing that caught my eye right now is the scroll of quick teleportation. As it currently stands, I drop a gate stone at the beginning of each floor, but I can really use that gate stone in the floors themselves. So this one is a no-brainer and it's going to be a solid investment to speed up the floors. And with that one we have officially bought our first item from the store. I'm going to take a look at a couple different scrolls as well, and one of them is the scroll of gathering. The description in here isn't really that extensive as the one on the Runescape wiki, because this scroll will provide a 25% bonus in hunter, mining, fishing, woodcutting, farming and divination. But really the only relevant skills for me are mining, farming and divination. I don't really care about hunter, fishing or woodcutting. So this is really just a solid pick as a second purchase in the shop, leaving us with 46k tokens. The third and last scroll that caught my eye is the scroll of Daemonheim. For most people it's just a wasteful scroll to buy, but I believe it's a worthwhile unlock for me. It only costs 30k tokens, which equals about 30k experience, and I'm pretty confident that during this series it'll pay back the 30k tokens. And in the worst case, if it's just really bad, I'll just kill 6 elite dungeon mini bosses in the future to make the token difference back. So now that we have gotten our 3 scrolls, the first one being the scroll of teleportation, the second one being the scroll of gathering. The secret is yours. You unlock the ability to gain 25% additional experience from all gathering activities while in the Daemonheim. And the final one, the scroll of Daemonheim. The secret is yours. You unlock the ability to gain additional dungeoneering experience whilst in Daemonheim. With these new buffs in hand, I think we have a pretty solid foundation to start on in the next episode. So let's head on to our recap screen where we will be looking at our 100 hour milestone progress. The first thing that might catch your eye is the amount of floors that we have completed in this episode. We have completed a total of 142 floors in this episode alone, which almost brings our total to 200 floors completed. Alongside the amount of floors you see an increase of 360 for the levels and 2 for the achievements. I've added a little thing in this recap screen in comparison to the other episodes, being the little green numbers showing the increase that we've gotten on this episode. And even bigger, we managed to complete 2 skills for this series. We've completed fletching and we've completed ranged. As you might have seen on my channel, it has been quite a while since I've uploaded my last episode, probably a bit longer than 2 weeks ago. The amount of floors is a huge factor towards this. It's just a phase in this series where we have to grind out the hours, we have to grind out the levels, the achievements, so it can take a little time in between episodes. As of the date that I'm recording right now, I'm almost done with episode 5, which will release quite soon after this one. There's not much wait between this one and the next one, I promise. As always, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this episode. If you have any tips for me, if you have any questions, or if you just want to leave a comment, you can do so in the comment section down below. If you want to see more of Floor Mastery or any of my other content, be sure to drop a subscription, and I will see you in the next episode.